Hey guys, I'm going to do question 8 from the Delta Math assignment on linear regression practice. Um, we've got some data for dogs, their mass, their weight, and their height, and they want us to come up with a linear regression, and they want us to round all the coefficients to the nearest tenth, and then they want us to come up with the correlation coefficient, and they also want us to round that to the nearest tenth. So we got to do that. So now let's go. We need the calculator. Now I've already entered the data. Notice that the last video I did, I had to set it to fix 3. So it's showing that it doesn't really matter how many decimal places it has here. What matters is when we actually do the regression and when we do the correlation coefficient. So we got to go set the correlation coefficient. So you go to home screen, you go to the settings, and then you go to document settings. From here, you're going to change it to fix 1 because they want us to round it to the 10th place. And 10 has 1 0, so we need 1 decimal place. That's how I remember it. So here, boom. Now that we've done that, we can go back and finish doing the regression. Now, all you got to do is make sure you got all the data in. I've got that done. So now all I'm going to do is go here to the data statistics down here. I'm going to put the mass or the weight, and over here, I'm going to put the height. All right, so basically, that's it. Now, that looks kind of messy, but basically, they told us that it's a linear regression, so we got to trust it. We're just going to do menu 4, 6, 1, and here is our equation. Now, this has been rounded to 2 decimal places. So we want it rounded to the 10th place, which is 1 decimal. So we just have to go in and fix that. So we go to menu, we go down to settings, and we're going to change this to fix 1. I could have done this before, but it's okay. So there is my equation. So let me make this smaller. And now I'm just going to type that in here. It's going to be y equals, what is my equation? It's 1.9, 1.9x. And then I got plus 29.8. So that's the equation rounded to the 10th place. Now I need the correlation coefficient. So that's going to be here. And that means, again, I need the calculator. So let me do that. I have to go to the home screen. And then I need the calculator page. And then I'm just going to do menu 62 and press enter. And you can see that it's rounded. So the R correlation coefficient is 0.3 or 30 cents. So that's what I'm going to put in here. 30 cents, 0.3. Now that is not strong. That is positive and weak. That's a weak positive. It's not strong. 30 cents is not close to $1. It's closer to 0 than it is to $1. So 30 cents is weak. Basically, anything like less than 35 cents is considered weak. From 35 to about 75 is considered moderate. And then anything above 75 is considered kind of strong. That's kind of how I break it down. But generally, they make it pretty obvious what it is. So this is weak positive. That's what you would put. And then I would submit it. And it says nicely done. So that's all you're doing. Make sure you pay attention to the rounding. You can't assume that it's always going to be a hundredths place. You got to check it, and you got to go, and there's 2 places that you got to deal with. You got to go to the home screen and the settings and hit the settings there for the correlation coefficient. And then when you actually run the regression, you got to change the settings to whatever you need it to be, and then run the regression. All right. I'm going to stop and I'm going to post this one. I'm going to do one more.